Governor Dapo Abiodun of Ogun has presented a 387-page book containing the developmental activities of the state government between May 2019 and May 2020 to President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Abiodun told State House correspondents after the book presentation that he updated the president on the achievements of his administration in the areas of infrastructure development, education, health, youth empowerment, agriculture and food security.
On the back side of the book, you'll see what we call our pillars, our 4 pillars, encapsulated by the acronym ISHEYA. ISHEYA, I for infrastructure, S for social well-being and welfare, E for education, Y for youth empowerment and job creation, and A for agriculture. That is what ISHEYA.
He said that his administration had embarked on reconstruction of township roads as well as roads linking Ogun with neighboring states.
And I'm proud to say that in our first 1 year, we had intervened in almost 90 kilometers of roads, out of which we had completed over 22 kilometers of those roads, and they are ongoing. We are now going to our next phase of roads. These are roads that are internal roads, border roads that link us between us and other states, and roads that go to particular places, either they're hospitals or educational institutions, and so on and so forth.
He also presented a letter to the president requesting for the federal government's permission to reconstruct the damaged Agbara to Lusada to Atan road.
Our biggest industrial hub in this country is the Agbara Industrial Estate. There's a road that goes from Agbara to Lusada to Atan. That road is a road that leads to this Agbara estate. That road is in such deplorable state that trailers that are coming from the port, taking goods that need to be processed and finished to this industrial estate, trailers that are taking finished goods from that industrial estate to the rest of the country or back for export, continue to have accidents, and delays to the point where some of the multinationals are threatening to actually leave the country and go to another country. So I came with a letter advising and requesting Mr. President to note that because our people do not understand the difference between a federal road and a state road, this road has continued to become an embarrassment, not just to us in Ogun State, but the entire country. This place is important to us for the economic survival of our state and the country at large. We have decided to intervene in this road ourselves as a state. I wanted Mr. President to know that we are going to have to construct that road at our expense, and I wanted him to inform the Federal Ministry of Works that we will be doing so, and we will also be making demands on them for a full refund of the construction of that road.
The governor also briefed the president on the deplorable condition of the Lagos-Ota-Abeokuta road and the need for urgent rehabilitation of the road.
I also shared with him the pains of the Lagos-Ota-Abeokuta road as well. I came with a letter that I had written sometime earlier on and pictures to show the deplorable state of these roads. These are roads. Lagos-Ota-Abeokuta road is probably the second busiest road in this country. These roads are in such deplorable condition. And we understand that the federal government cannot afford to build all the roads at the same time. But as a state government, Lagos State government and I have written to Mr. President, asked Mr. President to transfer that road to us. It's a commercial road, and we will commercialize it so that we can take that burden off the federal government. And I'm glad to say that Mr. President was very pleased with these discussions and these applications, and he's promised to see what he will do to give us the necessary support so that, this can also help us in the economic upliftment of our region.
On the recent fuel price and electricity tariff hike, the governor said the new prices reflected current realities in the country.
We can't want to enjoy lower prices when the price of crude are low, and then not want to pay for a slight increase when there's an increase in price of crude. So, because the price of crude is directly proportional to the price of refined products. In terms of the pricing of the tariff increase in the electricity industry, again, we also have to decide, what really we want to do. We all complain that we are not generating enough electricity. We all complain about the fact that we don't have the right infrastructure to transmit electricity. We complain about the fact that the distribution companies do not seem to be efficient. But the problem is because perhaps maybe the pricing is not right. If we want people to invest in the production of gas, in gas transportation, which our turbines and our power plants rely on, we must ensure that the entire value chain is profitable, because if one part of the value chain is not profitable, then that means that there will be a shortfall in one of the supply chains. So if we don't have enough investment in gas gathering, we don't have enough investment in gas transportation, we will not have enough gas supply to sustain the quantum of generation that we require as a government or as a nation